Welcome everyone to This Week Astrology for the week of June 1st to June 7th. Can you imagine? We're in June already. How fast time flies. I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. I'm Joshua the Psychic. You can check out my website, psychicsun.com, if there's anything I can do for you. So last we met, Mercury, planet of communication, has entered its home sign of Gemini. So the Gemini energy is really strong. I wonder if other people are going through a lot of information overload. As Mercury enters Gemini, our thinking becomes quick, curious, and adaptable. And that's from May 25th until June 8th, at which point Mercury will enter Cancer. So this is going to be a time to engage in lively conversations, to expand your knowledge, and to embrace versatility. Stay open to change and new perspectives, allowing your mind to flow freely. Use this period to gather information, make connections, and stay flexible as you navigate through different ideas. Let your curiosity guide you to new opportunities. So that should be fun until June 8th. You'll have Mercury in its home sign of Gemini. And also last we spoke, we had our Gemini new moon, a very, very advantageous new moon, lots of really good aspects. However, I have received word that it has been a bit of a complicated week for people, irrespective of how wonderful the aspects were this Gemini new moon. So, you got to roll with the punches and realize that you're contending with a lot of information. So, although this transit is so positive, we're going to see the results of it, not just in 2 weeks. You'll get some minor results within the next 2 weeks before the Sagittarius full moon, which is on June 11th. But in December, that's when you're going to have the culmination of this new moon. So it is a very, very positive lunation, but it's going to take a little bit of time, right? I think that the big thing with the Gemini energy is that, especially with Mercury being conjunct the new moon, it's a matter of a lot of the information that we're going to be getting. It's like going to be happening fast. The thing is that there's going to be more information to follow. So like, say, for instance, you get a whole bunch of information on Monday. It kind of makes no sense to make decisions on that information because you're going to have more information coming to you on Friday. So you want to make sure that you're gathering information during this time and making informed choices and decisions. You might not want to rush into anything. You want to be quick and make quick decisions as best you can. But for really important matters, I would wait until June 11th because you're going to get a lot more information compared to what you started with at the start of this transit, May 26th. Just bear that in mind. Definitely check out your horoscopes and your taroscopes for that new moon in Gemini. All of those are linked in the description below. So let's talk about this week and how you can make the most of it. Make the most of just one small day, because that's what we do here on This Week Astrology. So since we had our new moon in Gemini on May 26th, now we're under the waxing moon phase, right? So under the full moon cycle, it's the waning moon. We're letting go of things. What is love flows, what is not goes. Now under the waxing moon, we're embracing new intentions, right? We're looking at what we want, focusing on what we want, and taking inspired action. And that's going to be in effect until June 11th. Sunday is the sun's day, the most bright and optimistic day of the week. It helps us to stay in the moment. So it's a day to enjoy your life and to do those things that light you up with joy on Sunday. And it's actually a double whammy of solar energy because your moon will be in Leo most of the day on Sunday until 10:59 p.m. East. So throughout Sunday with your Leo moon, you're embracing creativity, self-expression, and confidence. And then come 10:59 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, well, you then destroy the evidence. The moon will shift to Virgo, which is a much more buttoned up energy. So focus on organization, refinement, and attention to detail. And happy June. It's the 1st of June. 1 numerologically for your first day of June symbolizes beginnings and independence. It's all about initiative, leadership, and innovation, blending autonomy with new opportunities. And it's Marilyn Monroe's birthday. She indeed was a Gemini, but she also was a Leo rising and an Aquarius moon. And Aquarius and Leo are opposites, so that's why she probably was very conflicted. So happy birthday, Marilyn. If you didn't know, she was one of the more popular sex symbols of the 1950s and 60s, a highly paid actress. Her movies apparently grossed about $2 billion in today's value. I'm guessing that's across all of her movies. Hello, Kelsey. Nice to see you. Happy Friday, Casmar. Great to see you, Casmar. It was great seeing you last night, both of you, for joining on our live stream. I appreciated that and your super chats. We had a lot of fun. So maybe watch some Marilyn Monroe on Sunday. You never can go bad by watching a little bit of Marilyn, who was actually extremely intelligent. She probably would have been a member of Mensa if I don't know, maybe she was. I know that she was very, very, very smart, though. So on Monday, the 2nd of June, can you believe it? The 2nd day of June. Of course, we're under our waxing moon phase, so we're focusing on what we want. There's no other main rule. Visualize over and over and over and over and over in your head how you want things to go. Think of the best case scenarios in the different areas of your life. Oh, this would be great. This happened in terms of my love life and my career and whatever. Play it over. Your moon, it's going to be the moon's day on Monday. Monday is the moon's day, which means it's the most sensitive, porous day of the week. So be sure to double down on your self-care, nurture your subconscious mind, focus on what you want, not what you don't want. That's what you get in life, what you concentrate on. There's no other main rule. So keep front of mind your ideal scenarios. And your moon will be in Virgo on Monday. So we're starting the work week on a very diligent note, hardworking note. Put your head down and get your work done. Keywords for Virgo moon on Monday: analytical, meticulous, diligent, practical, reliable, perfectionistic, detail-oriented, and helpful. Virgos are very helpful. They like to be of service. They actually are aligned with the house of service, the 6th house. And 2, numerologically, makes it a lovey-dovey kind of day when 2 people come together, be it in terms of love, romance, friendship, professional partnerships. 2 embodies partnership and balance. It signifies harmony, cooperation, and adaptability, merging relationships with diplomacy. Yes. And this is so cool too. Does anybody like Rocky Road ice cream? I do. There's few ice creams I don't like, but this flavor was invented in 1929 to lift the spirits of those badly affected by the crash of Wall Street and the subsequent Great Depression in the 1930s. So it's Rocky Road Day, National Rocky Road Day. So you get to have some ice cream on this day. My question to y'all is, do you like Rocky Road ice cream? And did you know that it was invented during the crash, that the famous crash of 1929, which I'm sure you heard of? So people lost all their money. They said, oh, well, that's okay. Might be a rocky road, but have some ice cream. I wonder if it helped. Ice cream does help. I don't know if it helps with the crash, but who knows? What is this, Casmar? You have new energy. Ooh, I like that. Putting my plan together for school. Very cool. Very cool. Rocky Road. I know, right? You like Rocky Road ice cream? I haven't had it in a long time. Neither did I. You find things out new every single day. So maybe have some Rocky Road ice cream. Do they still sell it? We're going to have to go on an endeavor. We're going to have to go on an odyssey to find some Rocky Road ice cream. And that will make any day a lot better. A lot better. This week is actually a really good week. It's not a rocky road this week ahead, luckily. So on Tuesday, on Tuesday, the 3rd of June, we're, of course, under our waxing moon phase. We're inviting things into our lives, focusing on what we want, taking inspired action. So the order of operations is, after you play it over in your mind, the best case scenarios, how you want to feel. Think about how you want your body to feel, or how will your body feel differently once you manifest what it is that you want. How will you carry yourself differently? How will you feel physically differently? Action-oriented Mars rules your day on Tuesday. A very good day for exercise or anything that requires extra courage, drive, and initiative. It's a great day to get things done, that's for sure, especially with your Virgo moon. Virgo moon on Tuesday, a time to focus on organization, attention to detail, and practical tasks. Refine your plans and get things in complete working order. Because you want to be able to play when the moon enters Libra, which is going to be a lot more fun. Not saying that Virgos can't be fun, but it's a much more work-oriented energy. Numerologically, it's a 3 on the 3rd of June, of course. So 3 represents creativity and communication. It's a very celebratory day. Signifies expression, joy, and enthusiasm, balancing sociability with imagination. And get this, I love it. It's love conquers all day. And isn't that true? It's a day to recognize love makes the world go around. It's a day of joy, warmth. So celebrate it with anyone you love and cherish. I love that. Love makes the world go. Oh no, it's love conquers all day. And it does, right? And all energy at its basis is indeed love. So if you need more energy or you're not feeling as vital as you'd like, well, maybe you need to love more. Maybe you need to love more things in your life and allow yourself to enjoy that. So do enjoy love conquers all day. I think it's very sweet too, Kelsey. Although every day we should remember that. We should remember that love conquers all. On Wednesday, the 4th of June, we're, of course, under our waxing moon phase. So we're inviting things into our lives that we want and taking inspired action. So when you get in your head how you want things to go and you visualize that more than you visualize anything negative, and you start taking inspired action, the two will meet. Your imagination and your actions will meet, and that is when you are able to manifest. It's going to be a busy day on Wednesday. Oh, yes, indeed. Mercury, planet of communication, rules Wednesday. So expect lots of correspondences. This is doubly so or triply so because we're under that Gemini new moon influence, which was aligned with Mercury as well. So a lot of communications. Be flexible. Pad your schedule with some wiggle room because you never know what might come up out of the blue on Mercury's day. And it actually is a double whammy of Mercury energy because in the beginning part of your day on Wednesday, the moon will be in Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. That's going to be until 9:38 a.m. You have your Virgo moon, so you'll be able to get a lot of stuff done early in the morning. Focus on clarity, precision, and problem solving. Now, come 9:38 a.m. ET, the moon will shift to Libra. So embrace harmony, relationships, and creativity. I think, like Libra's counterpart, Aries, they have two speeds, burn and off, meaning that Libra can really kick ass and get a lot done. They have extremely strong survival mechanisms that are built in because they're cardinal, so they can get a lot of work done, but Libra never forgets the balance, meaning if they work really hard, well, they also play really hard. So if you have to, if you've been working really, really hard, then you may want to balance it and relax a little bit with that moon in Libra. Or if you've been slacking, although I don't know how much you can slack under a Virgo moon, but if you have been, then the balance of it is, well, put your nose to the grindstone, balance things out. Balance is beautiful. And that's what you're going to remember when that moon is in Libra on Wednesday. Oh, you have a morning meeting? Oh, that is good. Perfect. You'll get her done. So numerologically, Wednesday is the 4th, right? So 4 embodies stability and structure. Think of a table or even a car, or the 4 elements, the 4 seasons. So it's a really nice day to stabilize things. 4 symbolizes reliability, discipline, and order, blending hard work with methodical progress. And you have one of a few, I think this is actually one of 2 beautiful supportive aspects this week. Our first sextile is with Venus in Aries and Jupiter in Gemini. So this is really cool. Talk about fun. Both Aries and Gemini have a sort of a youthfulness about them. They're both very young at heart. So this could be a very, very fun opportunity. Expand your horizons in love, embrace exciting opportunities, and engage in adventurous connections. I wouldn't normally suggest Wednesday for a date night, but that could be really fun if you do go out in the middle of your week. Even if it's not a date, maybe it's not romantic, but maybe you grab drinks with friends or grab a dinner, whatever. This is really a beautiful aspect. And of course it's beautiful because Andy Griffith had it in his chart. Andy Griffith. You remember him? He actually was born on June 1st, 1926. That is not old at all. Like he'd be what, 101? I think he'd be 101. His sun, by the way, was in Gemini. His moon, oh, this is interesting. His moon was in Aquarius. And his ascendant was in Libra, apparently, although I'm not too sure about his time of birth. That would make sense with Venus ruling his chart. Of course, if you didn't know, Andy Griffith was an American actor, comedian, and television producer, singer, and writer. And his career spanned 7 decades in music and television. He was known for his southern drawl and his characters with a folksy, friendly personality. So I remember him, of course, as Andy Taylor in The Andy Griffith Show, right? But he apparently also did Matlock. And I don't know why, but I totally forgot that Andy Griffith was Matlock. I believe he was Matlock, right? From 1986 to 1995. Now we actually have Kathy Bates in this remake of Matlock, which I've heard actually is not bad at all. So maybe you watch some old Andy Griffith reruns. Maybe you watch some Matlock on Wednesday, or maybe you watch that new one with Kathy Bates. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. So on Thursday, the 5th of June, of course, we're still under our waxing moon phase. We're embracing new intentions, inviting in what we want. I would use your voice and say what it is that you want. Or, you know, when you're praying for things or wanting things to happen, it's a good idea to get yourself in the position of having already received. So instead of, oh, please, I hope I get this new house, it's thank you so much for this beautiful new house. I've never thought I could be so happy in my new house, right? So get in that vibe of having already what it is that you want. And you could make some major strides on Thursday. Planet of luck and abundance rules your day because it's Jupiter's day. So it's time to think big, doubt your limits, and go beyond your stretch to expand and grow. And you have a nice Venetian, easy peasy energy on Thursday with the moon in lovely Libra. So your moon on Libra on Thursday, it's a time to seek balance, to foster connections, and to embrace harmony in your relationships. So focus on cooperation and creativity. That's not going to be too difficult. I will say it is a 5 numerologically, and that does not mean that it's necessarily going to be a bad day, but it's a matter of 5 energy talks about changes. And sometimes we can have conflict with those changes, but if you are spry, if you are flexible, you can actually make a 5-day really great because you can leverage anything unexpected to your greatest advantage. And that is really key. If anything, what we're learning from that transition of the Taurus sun to the Gemini sun is that we can't be immovable. We have to be flexible. We have to relax, and we have to roll with the punches, and really remember that all circumstances are neutral. So if you assign positive meaning to an inherently neutral circumstance, you're going to derive positive results. So 5 represents change and adaptability. It signifies curiosity, freedom, and versatility, exploration with resourcefulness. And Prince had this aspect in his chart. His birthday is actually this week. Mercury and Gemini will sextile Mars and Leo, another really cool aspect. This one is a little bit more spicy, I think, just because Mercury talks a lot and Mars can be somewhat combative. But again, it's a very harmonious energy. Communicate with confidence, take bold action, and fuel your ideas with dynamic energy. Prince certainly did that. And for the record, Prince, of course, was a Gemini, but he also had a Scorpio rising, apparently. No surprise there. And his moon was in Pisces. That actually makes a lot of sense. And his Mars also was in Aries. So he had this sextile with his Mars and fire sign of Aries. So listen to some Prince. Never a bad idea. That could be good. What is this, Casmar? You have an award ceremony in the evening. That is really good. Are you receiving an award? I hope you're receiving an award. That would be awesome. And that sounds like just fun. I love award shows. I love those things. I think they're a lot of fun. So, yeah, enjoy that and listen to some Prince on Thursday. Also on Thursday, oh boy, this is exciting, folks. So Venus, planet of love and money, will enter one of its home signs, Taurus. Venus rules both Taurus and Libra, and they say that Venus's beauty for Libra is on the outside of them because balance has to do with symmetry. So they say that that's what makes somebody beautiful, is the balance of their face, the proportionality of it, the symmetry. And they say that for Libra, Venus's beauty is on their outside, and that for Taurus, it's on their outside. It's inside, because there's no better person than a Taurus. Like, they're just good people. So maybe try that theory out. Look for Taurus people. I think both Taurus and Libra can both be beautiful people internally as well as externally. At least that's my experience. What is this cast? Oh, you're giving out scholarship. Well, that's still fun. I forgot. We're at the end of the school year. That's so great. That's really fun. You can see their eyes light up when they find out they got a scholarship. Hey, Trendolin, nice to see you. Trendolin, isn't that a nice name? Trendolin, such a good name. So yeah, Venus is going to be entering its home sign of Taurus. As Venus enters Taurus on June 5th, our hearts seek stability, sensuality, and a deeper connection with what we value. This transit encourages us to nurture love and relationships with patience and devotion, bringing a grounding energy to our romantic pursuits. It's a time to indulge in the pleasures of life, savoring comfort, beauty, and meaningful connections. Creativity flourishes in a more practical, earthy way, so focus on building lasting foundations in love and art. Trust in the slow and steady growth that Venus in Taurus brings, allowing your desires to bloom at their own pace. Trust your timing. So the timing is impeccable. We just got to align with it and know that during this time, we're going to want to accomplish a lot. Our brains are going to be on overload, and we're going to get a lot of ideas. And of course, we're going to want to implement them all at the same time, but that's not feasible. So if things are delayed or they're stalled, look at it as divine timing, that the timing will indeed be right for you, although it might not be on your time. It might be on God's time or the universe's time. So keep that in mind. Anything good coming from Aries? That's a very loaded question. Is anything good coming from Aries? Well, I mean, this is a good time for Aries. Okay, Aries was in a Scorpio full moon cycle from May 12th to the 26th, which is not good because Aries and Scorpio, they have Mars in common, but nothing else. So, and water, Scorpio is a water sign, puts out fire, right? So this is a much better transit with this Gemini new moon energy because fire needs air to live, and Gemini is going to give a lot of air. So I would say that's going to be good. And you also have some aspects this week involving Aries. So I think it's going to be a good week for Aries. Thank you, Trendolin, for your question. So additionally, on Friday, the 6th, ooh, it's a 6-6. 6-6. Oh boy. Okay. Well, it is our waxing moon phase still on Friday, so we're embracing new intentions, inviting in what we desire, and taking inspired action to manifest our intentions. Venus, planet of love and abundance, rules your day on Friday, so spread as much love around as possible. We should be doing that every day, every single day of the week, of course, but particularly on Friday. So spread the love. Celebrate your blessings, celebrate yourself, celebrate others, focus on what you have, your gratitude, because that's just going to attract more things to you. It's really practical. And it's really a double whammy of Venus energy on Friday because your moon will be in lovely Libra for most of the day until 10:22 p.m. East. If you're on the West Coast, that's 7:22 p.m. So it's going to be a lovely day. Isn't that nice? You got a Friday with a Libra moon. Perfect. So focus on balance, relationships, and harmony. Come 10:22 p.m. Eastern on Friday. That's 7:22 p.m. if you're Pacific time. The moon will shift to Scorpio. Da-da-da-dum. So we're going to embrace intensity, transformation, and deep emotional connections. Typically under a Scorpio moon, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but something usually dies under a Scorpio moon. It might be something that's just been a pain. Think of the pebble in your shoe. You're finally getting it out of your shoe and you get to walk comfortably. Still, you may have gotten used to that proverbial pebble in your shoe, and therefore you have to mourn it. So when you're going through a new beginning, you got to remember, you got to mourn the past in order to really reap the benefits of that new beginning. What is this? Oh my goodness. Casmar, thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. Very generous super chat. Thank you very, very much. So enjoy your Friday. That's going to be a lot of fun. We also have it being a 6, which is it's a very scorpionic energy. 6. Think of 6 of cups, simple, innocent pleasures. So 6 symbolizes harmony and responsibility. It's all about caring, nurturing, and balance. Merging compassion with a sense of duty. I think even though I said Wednesday would be a good date night, Friday looks to be really nice too. I would say, it really is a good date night because you could have really, a fun time with that moon in Libra, and then you could have quite the sexy time when that moon enters Scorpio. Maybe you'll go to a drive-in because it is National Drive-In Movie Day. If you can find a drive-in, well, God love you. So the first drive-in theater opened apparently on this day in 1933, New Jersey. And again, it was amidst the Great Depression. Since apparently there were 2 things people were not willing to give up, not their cars and not their movies. So maybe you go to the drive-in. Is there a drive-in? Oh, thank you very much, Kelsey. I really appreciate that. Very, very generous of you. So you can go to a drive-in. I think here in LA, there are actually some drive-in movie theaters, although they're few and far between. But, everything old is new again, or everything new. What is it? I think everything old is new again. And the new things of the world usually often disguise themselves as the old things to make their way in. So maybe you'll catch a nice drive-in on Friday. That would be a great date. That could be a really great date. Just don't get arrested. Don't get arrested by doing anything naughty in your car. That moon will be in Scorpio after 10/22. And on Saturday, the 7th, we're, of course, under our waxing moon phase. So we're embracing our intentions, inviting in what we desire, and taking inspired action to manifest our goals. Now, the pavement meets the road on Saturday. We not only have a Scorpio moon, but Saturn, planet of discipline, restriction, and responsibility, rules your day. So it pays to get your ducks in a row. It's just a good day to make sure that you're straightened out and prepared for success. Like determine what it is that you need for the week ahead and get things together. So set yourself up for a successful week. Saturday is also because it's Saturn's day. It also is about the harvest. So in addition to getting things in order, you also might see really great results of your hard work and endeavors. So you have a Scorpio moon on Saturday, which is great. Keywords for your Scorpio moon Saturday: intense, passionate, determined, mysterious, resourceful. Scorpios are very resourceful people. Observant, deep, secretive, transformative, and persistent. You know that expression, move heaven and hell in order to get something? I think Scorpios coined that expression because they are driven. They're very driven. You love drive-ins? I don't know if I've been to one. I have to go to one. Maybe I will this weekend, right? So 7 numerologically is all about introspection and spirituality. Think wisdom, contemplation, and understanding, inner growth, and a quest for knowledge. And you know, because of YouTube, we're so lucky. We can actually watch so much stuff from yesteryear, like Dean Martin. And it's his birthday on Saturday. He was quite the guy. He was a Gemini, of course. He was indeed a Gemini. He was an American singer, actor, comedian, and film producer, nicknamed the King of Cool. And of course, he was a member of the Rat Pack and host of the television variety program, The Dean Martin Show, and of course, the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast. So you can see all Dean Martin stuff, a lot of his roasts online, which is really, really fun. He was quite the character. So maybe you can watch some Dean Martin. And now that we have YouTube, well, we can always do that. All we got to do is type in, you know, you can see some really cool celebrities on the Dean Martin roast. His roast. I know that I saw recently Betty White, who was around even back then, right? So maybe watch some Dean Martin. You just got to go into YouTube and type in Dean Martin roast, and you'll have a great time. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Definitely check out my website if there's anything I can do for you. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much for joining in the live, and thank you so much for your super chats. I really appreciate it. Do take really good care, and I will see you next week. Next week, we're going to talk about the Sagittarius full moon that we'll have on June 11th. So stay tuned for that. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.